Hey fuckers, Merry Christmas. And welcome to my top 10 video for reasons all furries should be exterminated. And look forward to the video next Christmas, which will be top 10 reasons I'm not a closet furry, and no moon can say otherwise. That was a joke. This video is actually an in-depth analysis of the hit Metroidvania indie game from 2015, Axiom Verge. Now this is a game that I've been excited to play for a long time, so let's just dive right into it. The fuck? Motherfucker. Okay, just kidding guys. What I'm really going to review is, ooh, yeah, let's go with that. Bubsy, in Claw's Encounter to the Third Kind, is a psychological horror game originally released in May of 1993 for the Super Nintendo, and later released for the Sega Genesis in the same year. Although it was originally supposed to be released for the Genesis first, but that got delayed due to legal troubles for some reason. If you don't know who Bubsy is, you must have been living under a rock for the past 25 years, because clearly he's the best video game mascot known to man.
Well, it worked for Clint.
You said it, Bubsy. Whatever that means. This is the greatest video game of all time, and let me tell you why. Number 1. You got the speed from Sonic. Bubsy is so goddamn fast that sometimes he just moves on his own. Like right now, I'm not even pressing anything. You haven't experienced true tachophobia until you've played Bubsy. Everyone knows that traditionally in side-scrolling platformers, it's good to know what lies ahead before you run screaming through the level. But in Bubsy, that isn't an option. If Sonic moves at the speed of sound, then Bubsy moves at the speed of light, too fast for the photons reflecting off the terrain to reach his retinas. He has no clue where he's going, and neither do we. Number 2. On top of the batshit insane speeds, you have one of the features from the NES Super Mario Bros., which obviously everyone loves, the slippery movement. The momentum is even carried to the air, complementing the flexible mid-air movement perfectly. I mean, who doesn't love to jump straight up in the air, move to the left, stop, but have your character continue to go right? I can't tell you how many times I've died to this mechanic, and if I know anything, it's that if you die a lot, that means it's good. Now, this is a genius decision, but not as genius as the decision to have number 3, fall damage in a side-scrolling platformer. But only sometimes, and other times just running down a slope can kill you. It's not very consistent, but that's what keeps you on your toes. Sometimes when you're going fucking retard speed, you'll fall down a hole, and if you're not quick enough to react, you'll probably die. I like to go to the highest point possible in the level, get a running start, and glide over everything. But if you ever decide you want to have some fun, I would advise just to wing it and jump around, hoping you don't get killed from the haphazardly placed enemies and obstacles. Sometimes when you don't give a fuck, things tend to just happen, so let them. Number 4. Doors. Usually one would think to take a door to make progress, or to get a secret item or a power-up or something. But in this game, doors only seem to take you backwards, and they lock you out of ever exiting this eternal nightmare by caging you off from anything but the door, and putting a checkpoint right there so you'd come right back when you die. The best part though is when you have to travel through a series of doors with no clear indication that you're going the right way until you make it. Number 5. Racism. Now the PC libtards on Wikipedia would have you believe that the Woolies are aliens that came to Earth to steal yarn balls, but that's not true. The Woolies are actually the native savages of this world, throwing potatoes or eggs or something, whatever the fuck, and Bubsy, like a true Aryan hero, is performing what the youth call ethnic cleansing, but what I like to call due process. If you weren't already a racist before you played Bubsy, you'll be Heiling Hitler by the end of the game, and if you're not, you'll be going the way of the Quagga once Bubsy conquers the planet. Number 6. I am being paid to promote this product. Number 7. The power-ups. There's the obvious shit like extra lives and whatnot, but who cares about that shit? What I'm talking about is the black shirt that will turn you black, making you undetectable by enemies and free to steal their belongings. Wearing the white shirt grants you white privilege, making you virtually indestructible. But even the white man is not impervious to Mortal Kombat tier spike pits. Number 8. The voice acting.
What could possibly go wrong?
Everything, Bubsy. Everything. Each level has its own audio clip for Bubsy to say every single time you start the level, so whenever you're frustrated by getting cheated out of one of your lives by the inane bullshit this game throws at you, you'll be assaulted by this furry faggot's fuck-awful comedy, which will undoubtedly piss you off even more.
Hey, I thought I saw Elvis back there.
No, you didn't.
The true horror of this game is the inescapable agony you're forced to experience as Bubsy scrapes the inside of your brain with his horrendous attempts at humor.
Shouldn't that be fearless? Uh-oh.
For the people irritated by getting over its narration, I implore you to take Bubsy for a spin.
Hey, whatever blows your hair back.
Number 9. Roller coasters. If you thought I was joking about Bubsy traveling at the speed of light, just look at how fast he is compared to these things. They crawl at a fucking snail's pace. The inhabitants of this world must be sloths, if going this fast constitutes amusement. They also kill you, even if you approach them from the back while they're completely stationary. Number 10. The menu. Whoever designed the menu deserves eternal torture in a lake of fire. At first, no buttons work except for start and select. Start begins the game, obviously, so let's use select. Now hover over the option you want, in my case being enter passcode. And still, no other buttons work. So whatever you do, don't press start. Again, you have to press select, then enter the passcode. And still, don't hit start. It'll take you to chapter 1. Press select again, and now you can hit start. If at any point you forget and hit start too early, you have to reset the game. There's also the option to see the credits, which I guess the only reason for it being there is if you're an aspiring developer and you want a blacklist of who not to hire. Number 11. Fuck this game. If you're planning to play it as a joke, don't. It's not worth it. That's what I did, and it only served to seriously piss me off. They should have hired kids to design it entirely. It probably would have ended up better. I had a lot more to say about this game, but if I keep talking about it, I might just murder someone. Actually, I think I'll do that anyway. Be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Ignore the sirens in the background. I'm sure they'll go away soon. Now, let's see. What should I do now? Ooh. The fuck? Oh shit.